Everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you here today with an article from MRC Newsbusters, America's media watchdog, and it's one of our clowning on the media articles, and it is from February 3rd. It says, Bye-Bye, Andrea, the worst of Mitchell's MSNBC show. Now, I know we clown on the media all the time around here, especially MSNBC and CNN, but MSNBC, I know I say a lot of times that they have the worst anchors on there in terms of, bias. Well, Andrea Mitchell is one of the worst. So she announced that she was retiring. All I have to say is, and this is her here, is good friggin' riddance. Get the hell out of here. It says, it's official. Friday will be, and this is probably at the time you're hearing this, so this is February 3rd. So this will be actually the day I'm recording this, which is February 7th is probably when this is. So it says, Friday will be Andrea Mitchell's last day hosting her daytime MSNBC show, Andrea Mitchell Reports. And nobody cared. Because Mitchell made the official announcement on Monday's show, and nobody watched. This back in October, Mitchell made the decision to step down from the daily duties of hosting her MSNBC show, but will continue at NBC News in her roles as chief foreign affairs correspondent and chief Washington correspondent. That's not good enough. She should not be anywhere near the news because she does not report it. It says, before she departs on Friday, we at Newsbusters want to take a not-so-fun look back at just some of her worst moments from MSNBC's Andrea Mitchell Reports, and I'm not going to play the videos. But it says, we'll just go through what's written here. It says, hailing Hillary's star performance in Suffragette White. So it says, Hillary Clinton, in a star performance, hoping her loss in 2016 may have paved the way for America to finally accept a woman as president. It's not that they're women, it's that both the women candidates have been awful. That's the problem. So it says, Clinton, dressed in Suffragette White, said that Kamala Harris is now the one to break that ultimate glass ceiling. Whoops. She feels... and other women feel, and male analysts, that she paved the way. She made it more acceptable for men and women to think of a woman as a commander-in-chief. So it says that was on August 20th on MSNBC. And again, she's a complete shill for Democrats. Okay, so it says, are we being unfair to Biden, just like Hillary in 2016? It says, this is from February 9th. This was from almost a year ago. Says 76% of those polled in our recent poll are concerned about Joe Biden's age and far fewer concerned about Donald Trump's age, who, by the way, is younger than Joe Biden, who, when he's not on teleprompter, we're not addressing that. The White House would point out, I can understand the basic point of fairness, especially after what happened in 2016 when there was a real argument that is exactly what happened to Hillary Clinton. That's a Kamala Harris word salad here. And I remember when they were trying to make it out like Donald Trump's age was a thing, and that Trump just had a gaffe where he just said something wrong. Not Joe Biden, who literally couldn't stay awake anywhere and was couldn't pronounce anything at all. But then Trump just basically says World War I instead of World War II or something, and they're like, oh my God, look, he's just as bad. It's no, guys. And Andrea Mitchell is one of the chief propagandists about that. So as Mitchell spreads lie about DeSantis and slavery, because that's all Andrea Mitchell knows how to do. This is from 2 years ago, just about. It says, let me ask you, it says, what does Governor Ron DeSantis not know about black history and the black experience when he says that slavery and the aftermath of slavery should not be taught to Florida school children? He literally never said that. And here it says, DeSantis has said himself that Florida law requires slavery and its aftermath to be taught. And Mitchell offered a half-hearted correction on her February 22nd, 2023 show. Yeah, I think I remember something like that, and it was just kind of like a, sort of thing. So it says, can democracy survive the 2022 midterms? Funny with the Democrats always about can democracy survive, yet they're the ones that, now that we know this at this point, we're being funded by USAID, and it's probably just a house of cards for them. So the actual fascists here are wondering if democracy can survive. So Andrea Mitchell said, how confident can we be that democracy does survive? And says former Newsweek editor, presidential historian, and current MSNBC contributor John Meacham says, we can't be confident. We have to work really, really hard. This is the gravest test of citizenship since the Civil War, and this is, as President Biden might say, it's not hyperbole and it's not a joke. Well, you're a joke and you're an idiot because it's still here and it's stronger than ever, it seems. So just because people don't vote for the candidates that you want them to vote for doesn't mean democracy is over. And this looks like Eric Holder sitting here, who's wearing a suit that seems to be drastically oversized for him, but okay. And Eric Holder, if you don't know, was Obama's attorney general. So it says, after Roe v. Wade, is Brown versus Board of Education next? Jesus Christ, no. So it says, if they, that's conservative Supreme Court justices, care so little about precedent and overruling precedent, what about Brown versus Board of Education? What about other major civil rights rulings of the 1960s? And she said that to Eric Holder about 3 years ago. No one, absolutely nobody brought that up. And even, the sacred cow to the left, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, said that the Roe v. Wade situation, or the Roe v. Wade decision, was not a good one. So, hey, take that for what it's worth. So it says, Trump lost so much time on stopping climate change. Is it too late? Nope, because it's not a thing. And here she was talking to Al Gore, who's one of the biggest grifters of the whole climate change scam. And I'm sure now that I've said that, I'm going to have one of those little wiki notes on my video. So I'm going to just wave hi to that wiki note now. And this was from about 3.5 years ago. It says, it's been 15 years, though, since An Inconvenient Truth came out. How much ground have we lost because of inaction and the rollbacks under President Trump over the past 15 years? Have we lost so much time that we are not going to be able to recover? No, and you're talking to a guy that I haven't seen that movie, but it came out and he said basically we're all going to die and oh look, we're all still here and basically nothing's happened. So how is he an expert in this? But okay. Says Andrea all but cues up Rocky theme music to get Joe to run. And when is this one from? It's from about 7 years ago tomorrow from the time I'm recording this. So it says Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Nick Foles said the other day, don't be afraid to fail. Failure is part of life. It's part of building character. Without failure, who would we be? Does that inspire you when you think about, you've run for president twice, when you think about the future? So is there some part of Joe Biden who's identifying with Nick Foles and the team as they climb the steps of the art museum today? Is there a part of you that thinks about Rocky Balboa? I'd be literally, no, what the actual F are you talking about right now, lady? Okay. I mean, you want to talk about slobbering over someone that's a potential presidential candidate? Well, there you go. And here it says, Trump administration isn't incompetent or evil, it's both. So she said, you posited that it's either incompetence or evil. I would suggest that it could be both, that there is an evil desire to deter by making an example of these people. What is she referring to? And then it was carried out with no planning, and that is the rank incompetence that makes it even that much worse. And I did look down, it says about discussion of Trump administration immigration policy, and this was from 7 years ago, so not the one now, and I'm sure that one's just sitting real well with her given those comments. But then it says MSNBC legal analyst Mimi Rocha said, absolutely, and you're right, it shouldn't be presented as either or, it could be both. Nope, you're both stupid. It says Andrea advances election conspiracy theories for Hillary, and this was back after the 2016 election, a couple weeks after that. It says some Clinton supporters are trying to mount a campaign to ask for an audit in key states to see if a recount should be ordered. According to a group of election lawyers and computer scientists cited by Gabe Sherman in New York Magazine, because that's a reliable source, says there is, quote, persuasive evidence that election results in Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan may have been manipulated or hacked. I'd like you to bring that energy to the 2020 election, Andrea, but of course that was the most secure election ever. Now I'm probably going to have another wiki note. Anyway. Says fawning over Elizabeth Warren and Hillary Clinton making magic on stage. I don't remember any such thing. And this is, again, back to 2016. This was going back to, the summer there, so nearly a decade ago. It says, you watch this event, it did seem like magic on stage. Even their colors seem to match and blend in with each other. See, it's all, she talks about Republicans, and it's evil and all this stuff we're used to talk about them. And she talks about, Democrats, and it's lovey-dovey and sort of thing. Final one down here, I believe this is. Let me just skip down. Yep. Okay. It says, no conspiracy here. Bill just likes to party. And this is from around the same time as that previous quote. So this is going back to the summer of 2016. It says, it is, we are told, traditional that when Bill Clinton knows that a cabinet secretary or another Secret Service protectee is in the area, he'll say, oh, let me say hello. Met with her, that's Loretta Lynch, for about 30 minutes. She said it was completely social. They talked about grandchildren. This has led to a lot of conspiracy theories that even before Hillary Clinton has been interviewed by the FBI, to our knowledge, that somehow this is Bill Clinton talking to Loretta Lynch about clearing Hillary Clinton of the email investigation, which probably was. And what email investigation? Is that the Benghazi stuff in 2016? I thought that happened earlier, much earlier than that, but yeah, that must have been that. So yeah, there you go. So Andrea Mitchell, good friggin' riddance, and no one's gonna miss you. So, are there any other things, if you've had the misfortune of listening to Andrea Mitchell, that you'd want to add here about things that she said or done over the years? Let me know in the comments below. Please Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.